There was a stack of Polaroid pictures. All of them were of my own child. I remember struggling to breathe.
Where did he touch you?
Was taken to a small attic crawl space by my father. He sat behind me as I played with the toy train. I was sexually assaulted.
The craziest part about all of this, his wife is not even the only daughter that he messed with.
For nearly 30 years, the story of Woody Allen has persisted as one of the most unsettling stories in Hollywood. In the 1980s, Woody Allen and Mia Farrow were one of the most powerful couples in Hollywood. After they started their relationship together, Mia starred in 13 of Woody Allen's films. However, despite working closely together, Mia and Woody Allen lived completely separate lives. In 1991, Woody Allen became close to Mia Farrow's adopted daughter, Soon Yi. And just a few days after Christmas, Woody Allen and Soon Yi started a sexual relationship. At the time, Woody Allen was 56 and Soon Yi had just turned 21. A month later, Mia found nude photos of Soon Yi in Woody Allen's apartment.
There was a stack of Polaroid pictures. All of them were of my own child. I remember struggling to breathe.
She was shocked to find this out, as any partner would. I mean, could you imagine finding out your spouse has nude photos of your daughter in his apartment? But wait guys, because it gets totally worse. When speaking on the photos, Mia said they wouldn't put them in Playboy. They were hustler pictures, really raunchy pictures. Mia actually ended up confronting Woody Allen, and that's when Woody Allen fessed up and admitted he was in love with Soon Yi. When she confronted him, Allen reportedly replied, "I'm in love with Soon Yi. I would marry her." He then backpedaled, saying, "No, I just said that. It's something I thought of in the car. I thought it would make it better if I put it that way. No, I love you." Mia continued, saying the back and forth continued for hours. There was all of that for 4 hours. Quoting what he said, "I just made a mistake. I lost control." Mia said she didn't know what to think there on out and that she just needed to get him out. Months later, Woody Allen even had the audacity to admit he saw no moral dilemma with his relationship with Soon Yi. Yes, even though she wasn't his biological daughter, it's still wrong to have sexual relationship with your lover's adopted daughter while you were together and then to just go on and marry her, not to mention the age gap at the time. Soon Yi wasn't the only woman Woody Allen had messed with though. After some time, Mia asked about adopting another child as they weren't able to conceive or get pregnant with another one. Mia claimed Woody Allen had a very specific request for adopting their next child, saying that he might be more kindly disposed if it was a little blonde girl. That little girl was named Dylan Farrow, and this is where things get very disturbing, you guys. In the early 1990s, Dylan Farrow, then 7 years old, accused Woody Allen of sexually abusing her in the attic of Mia's home. And in the wake of the Me Too movement at the time, a fresh documentary also brought attention to this case. This documentary was called Allen vs. Farrow. Nearly 30 years later, never before seen footage of a 7-year-old Dylan recounting the alleged the day after it occurred had been unveiled for the first time. This caused a major rift in the family.
That you will not let me get.
You have to. It's way beyond that now. What you've done to Suni, what you've done to Dylan. What you've done to Dylan. Dylan's a baby. How could you do that to her? I don't know anything of the kind. I know what Dylan tells me. You've told me nothing but lies. Dylan tells the truth inconsistently. No, I don't know that, Woody. I've always been worried about you and Dylan. And I didn't know the doctor had to report this to the authorities. I didn't know that. I went just to be sure she was all right. And she's not all right, Woody. She walks around the house holding her vagina. She sleeps with me. She's scared of you. And you hurt her. And I feel pretty guilty myself that I wasn't there to protect her. She said, "Mommy, you didn't help me." She said, "Daddy shouldn't have done that." He shouldn't have hurt me like that.
Now, Dylan Farrow published an open letter back in 2014 regarding her experience with Woody Allen. And here's what she had to say. What's your favorite Woody Allen movie? Before you answer, you should know when I was 7 years old, Woody Allen took me by the hand and led me into a dim closet-like attic on the second floor of our house. He told me to lay on my stomach and play with my brother's electric train set. Then he sexually assaulted me. He talked to me while he did it, whispering that I was a good girl, that this was our secret, promising that we'd go to Paris and I'd be a star in his movies. I remember staring at that toy train, focusing on it as it traveled in its circle around the attic. To this day, I find it difficult to look at toy trains. For as long as I could remember, my father had been doing things to me that I didn't like. I didn't like how often he would take me away from my mom, siblings, and friends to be alone with him. I didn't like it when he would stick his thumb in my mouth. I didn't like it when I had to get in bed with him under the sheets when he was in his underwear. I didn't like it when he would place his head in my naked lap and breathe in and breathe out. I would hide under beds or lock myself in the bathroom to avoid these encounters, but he always found me. These things happened so often, so routinely, so skillfully hidden from a mother that would have protected me had she known, that I thought it was normal. I thought this was how fathers doted on their daughters, but what he did to me in the attic felt different. I couldn't keep the secret anymore. People just believe there have been sufficient evidence to warrant a potential case against him. Well, Woody Allen has recently come forward and he's decided to answer some questions specifically regarding Dylan and the accusations that have been made against him. He says that he hasn't been affected by the accusations and that he doesn't even feel like he's been canceled. When asked, what was your reaction when your daughter, Dylan Farrow, participated in a 2021 docuseries, Allen vs. Farrow, detailing her allegations that you sexually abused her, what is your response to her accusations? He said, my reaction has always been the same. The situation has been investigated by two people, two major bodies, not people, but two major investigative bodies. And both, after long detailed investigations, concluded there was no merit to these charges. That, is exactly as I wrote in my book, apropos of nothing. There was nothing to it. He said, the fact that it lingers on always makes me think that maybe people like the idea that it lingers on. Maybe there's something appealing to people. But why? Why? I don't know what you can do besides having it investigated, which they did so meticulously. One was less than a year ago, and the other one was many months. And they spoke to everybody concerned, and both came to the exact same conclusion. He was also asked, have you seen Dylan or her brother Roman Farrow again? He said that he was always willing to, but that he hasn't seen them yet. And lastly, regarding the situation, do you feel you've been canceled? He responded with, I feel if you're going to be canceled, this is the culture to be canceled by. I just find that all so silly. I don't think about it. I don't know what it means to be canceled. I know that over the years, everything has been the same for me. I make my movies. What has changed is the presentation of the films. I work and it's the same routine for me. The difference is not from the cancel culture. The difference is the way they present the films. It's that's the big change. Him saying it's appealing for this kind of story to linger on, gaslighting us. She wrote an open letter in 2014. I remember reading it and the details are very specific. You can't not believe her. You don't marry your adopted daughter as soon as you turn 18 and not be a problem. I 100% believe her. A lot of people believe Dylan's side of the story, and they're just not buying into Woody Allen saying that the accusations are just false, especially given his past behavior and the whole situation that played out with him ending up marrying Soon Yi. Anyways, guys, this was Woody Allen speaking out on the allegations and people coming at him for it. I definitely want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.